Hey everybody, and welcome to Joker's Wildside Review. I'm Lobo,
I'm Jax.
and today we got a little bit of a special one, movie review. We did talk about it before on one of our streams.
When it came out,
I saw it twice. Um, Finally, Jax has seen it,
oh yeah,
so we're gonna get the full review from both of us. Mm, let's
Blue Beetle.
let's start with you. What you think?
So I was sitting there looking through things to watch. I saw Blue Beetle up on the screen, and I was just like, you know what? I have nothing else to watch. I'm gonna kick over to this, and man, was I surprised.
Okay, let's talk about this.
With how you told me in your review was it's an okay movie. It's not a priority to go out and see. After I watched it, I have suggested this movie to three different people that really enjoy movies.
Nice.
Um, I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, as did I. Like, I want to watch it twice, bro. Um, like I said, George Lopez character he played remind me a lot of Carlos.
Oh yeah, no, the entire time I was like, Carlos,
Yep,
it's
I told
Carlos.
you. I told you. It's the way he talks, the way he presents himself. hundred
Mm-hmm.
percent my uncle. Uh, I knew you would catch that too.
Yeah, no, I mean, even just with the facial hair and stuff
Mhm.
like that coming in, and I was just like, that's Carlos.
Yep.
And then he just kept going, and I was like, dude, it needs to stop happening. It's too much.
The problem is all of us have an uncle like that character in George Lopez. That's why it hits a lot with the Latinos. That's
Hmm.
one of our uncles.
I am that uncle.
You don't want to be that uncle half the time. Let's be honest. Um, it's a cool uncle, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
It's sometimes the little underachieving uncle who's very cool, lets you do some crazy shit, but it's just, and he talks a lot of smack.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. He's a cool uncle. Um, the dynamic between him and the Beetle character, I can't remember his name right now,
Uh,
but it was good. Um, it was such good dynamic there. It was pretty funny. He had the funny moments. The grandma was also very cool.
oh, I loved the grandma. All the way to her revolutionary past.
Yeah.
That was something else.
Mhm.
Um, if this thing will freaking load,
Yeah. Uh, but regardless, what'd you think of the story? What'd you think?
Jaime Reyes.
Jaime Reyes, yeah. What'd you think of the way they took it?
Um, So I have never been exposed to Blue Beetle whatsoever in the past,
Hmm.
and this was my first interaction with it. And I had some questions for you later down the road.
Okay.
I guess I can throw some out here. In when they go to the original Blue Beetle's uh, sanctum,
Hmm.
essentially, was that how the Blue Beetle was portrayed in comics and stuff like that?
The way he was there originally, yes.
Okay, very goofy, very.
Very like 80s, 90s, tight latex.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't have any power, so it was very different, right?
Yeah,
Um, when they did the reboot in DC Comics, they made it that it was an alien thing, which is what attached to him.
yeah, alien technology.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, and that's where he got all these powers from. That's when the update happened. Uh, but regardless, I think the story was good. There was a lot of comparison, and I agree with this, with the first Iron Man, which the way he does his own suit, they do their own suit.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, Iron Man, it's very similar,
He
but
was very technical smart.
yeah. Uh, the only difference is this is an alien that has all the powers and is helping him. Tony Stark was the one with all the power and brains here on
Hmm.
the uh, Iron Man one. But there's a lot of similarities. Obviously, a lot of comic books take off each other, as we've seen with many characters. Um, Anything that you did not like on it?
Anything that I did not like. No, I think this was a very well-rounded movie. There wasn't anything that was just like, oh, this killed it for me in the movie.
Gotcha.
It was a little slow to boot. Maybe the entire like, oh, he's coming back from college and all that other stuff. It makes it a plausible story because it's just like anything can happen in everyday life.
Yeah.
Very good message.
Mhm.
Um, but how it pertained to the story, other than he has a degree and he needs to get a job somewhere,
Hmm.
it didn't do too much for it. So I mean, it does add a lot to the movie and sets the scene,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I feel like it could have been done just a little bit better.
Okay. For me, there was like I said, I enjoyed it. I watched it twice. Uh, of what I did not like, it was mostly a little bit of the dialogue, specifically in Spanish, between the family members there. The grandma, when the dad dies and all that, was a little. I don't know. It was maybe a little corny. Maybe it was a little off, but it was not terrible. Like it destroyed the movie. It was
Yeah,
just.
there wasn't anything that destroyed the movie.
Mm,
For my reasonings, I that was me nitpicking really deep.
mm.
It
And to me, it's the same thing. I was nitpicking because me being a Spanish speaker, I also understand a little bit of how, especially with families like that in ghettos and stuff like that, how we talk. Some of the stuff was a little cringe.
mm-hmm.
So that's what just me nitpicking. But other than that, I do not understand what this movie gets so much hate online from the critics, from the fans, from whatever.
Yeah, I didn't see anything to hate this movie about.
Agreed. Agreed. Maybe it wasn't promoted enough, but it was not like a big popular character either. So maybe that's why. But I enjoyed it. I'm giving it time for the review. 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I don't watch a lot of DC,
Hmm.
but this was a good movie. I'll give it a 2 thumbs up. Also, I was
Nice.
a little bit on 1 thumb, so actually I'll do
1.5.
yeah 1.5 thumbs
Okay.
because it's it's a good movie, but it's not a great movie.
Agreed. Agreed. It's definitely watchable, like to a rewatch.
Oh yeah, no, I'll probably end up rewatching it
Hmm.
3 months down the road whenever I'm like, oh yeah, that was good. You want to watch it together or something like
Yeah.
that. To
Yeah.
the extent of
Yeah. So the hate is undeserved. I think it was a great movie. Well, good movie, not great. Uh, Great was The Dark Knight.
oh yes,
Uh, but regardless, for what DC has been putting out there, this is definitely top notch of their recent movies.
I do actually like the lighter scenes of it all instead of it being murder bloody gore fest because
Yes.
those are cool. I really
Hmm.
enjoy those. But when it's the only thing that you're producing, I'm like, okay,
It gets
you're
stale.
overdoing it.
It gets stale real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed. But like I said, this was a good movie. Keep using that word "great." I need to cut that out. It was a good movie. It does not deserve the hate it does. Like I said, if you don't believe us, go watch it. Go with an open mind. Don't go with whatever the critics say, because if you go with that, it's already bringing it down. So go and just enjoy the movie for what it is, a good movie, and have fun.
Yeah, it's a fun, lighthearted movie.
Hmm.
Watch it when you have nothing else to watch. It's enjoyable. You're not going to be disappointed in watching the show.
Definitely not. Any final words before we sign off on this one?
Um, Maybe one thing that I also didn't like about it was
Oh,
how they would subtitle some things and then not subtitle other things. Like some of
yes.
the slang that they would throw out. Not that I needed
Well, that
subtitles for like carnal or stuff like
uh,
that.
there are some words that are curse words
Mm-hmm.
or curse phrases that they could not subtitle on it.
Yeah,
That's
so I
why.
mean, there was some
Hmm.
stuff about the
Hmm.
subtitling that I was like, but it wasn't
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah. Jesus Christ.
necessarily
Necessary.
necessary.
Jeez, you're a fucking paradox sometime. But anyways, that's what our opinion was to Blue Beetle, our rating. Remember, take it as a grain of salt. If you don't believe us or want to believe the other critics, whatever, go watch it for yourself and get your own opinion. Don't let others' opinions guide your freaking life.
Only you know what you like.
Exactly. You go enjoy it and you choose if you want, if you like it and want to rewatch it. Um, I've been Lobo,
I've been Jax.
and this was Joker's Wild Side Review.
See
See
ya.
ya.